Today I've got a quick and easy homemade low FODMAP curry powder for you. Let's get straight to it. To make the toasted whole spice version, you'll need cumin seeds, whole coriander seeds, fennel seeds, ground turmeric, dried crushed chili flakes, dried ginger and ground cinnamon. Heat a small skillet or heavy bottom pan on medium heat. Do not add oil. To the hot pan, add 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, half a tablespoon of cumin seeds and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. Toast for roughly 90 seconds until the seeds are fragrant. Keep the seeds moving around the pan to avoid burning. Once you hear the seeds start to pop, remove from the heat. Allow the seeds to cool, then carefully pour them into a pestle and mortar or spice grinder. I find it really therapeutic to grind them by hand, but use an electric grinder if you prefer. It does take a bit of consistency and elbow grease to achieve a coarse powder, but here's my results in less than 5 minutes. Once most of the seeds and husks are ground to a powder, add in 1/4 teaspoon of crushed chili flakes and continue to grind. If you'd rather have a smoother powder, substitute the flakes for regular ground chili powder. To the freshly ground seeds, add 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric, half a teaspoon of ground ginger and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Stir thoroughly to fully combine the powders. The mixture should now resemble the colour, consistency and aroma of a basic curry powder. This quantity makes 2.5 tablespoons of curry powder, which is roughly 2.5 to 5 portions depending on your spice preference. The curry powder is best eaten fairly soon after grinding, but can be stored in an airtight jar out of direct sunlight for at least a month. Other spices you could add include star anise, cardamom, asafoetida, cloves and nutmeg. Experiment by adding them to your blend or using them alongside the basic curry powder to give a different feel to each dish. And if toasting and grinding the whole spices is too much effort, then simply use the pre-ground versions, experimenting with quantity and flavours. The only thing I always buy whole rather than ground is coriander seeds, because I find the flavour between the freshly ground and powder to be very noticeable. And now we've got our curry powder, we're going to need a recipe. Heat 1 tablespoon of garlic oil over a medium heat and add 1 tablespoon of your curry powder to the hot oil. Allow the powder to bubble for around 30 seconds up to a minute, being careful not to let the powder burn. To the curry oil, add 200 grams or 1 heaped cup of diced potato and 75 grams or half a cup of diced carrot. Stir in 42 grams or 1/4 cup of canned chickpeas and add 250 ml or 1 cup of boiling water. Simmer for 12 minutes until the potatoes are almost cooked. Once the sauce is thickened, add 15 grams or 1/3 cup of spring onion greens, 120 grams or 1 medium diced fresh tomato, 100 grams or half a cup of coconut yogurt and 75 grams or 2 cups of washed fresh spinach, and reduce the heat to low. Add a pinch of salt and stir everything together for 3 to 5 minutes until the spinach is wilted and the curry sauce is heated through. Squeeze over the juice of half a small lemon just before serving and stir well. Serve with your choice of brown rice, white rice or quinoa. Finish with a handful of freshly chopped parsley or coriander leaf. I really hope you try this recipe as it's so much cheaper than the specialist low FODMAP curry powders available. Let me know if you do in the comments below. As always, thanks so much for watching and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!